The best way you can support me is with a simple subscribe. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this. All right, there's a very awkward interview in the atmosphere, and I talked about it a little bit the other day. It was via Everyday Struggle. It was by young Jeezy. He came through and he did all the talking, and pretty much everybody else just did the listening. All right. Now, to set this up the correct way, I think a few days ago, somebody told me, because I didn't watch this episode Everyday Struggle. I don't get to watch like just the episodes where there's no guest, but I do watch when there's a guest. I think Joe must have said something about Jeezy as a rapper. I'm guessing he said he didn't like him, or he thought he was trash as a rapper. I don't really know that much about it, but whatever it was, the energy was clear that young Jeezy wanted to come on the platform and he wanted to get some things off his chest, and he did a lot of talking, man. Listen, I thought he dodged a couple questions. I thought he did a lot of the talking to dodge questions, and I thought some of the things he was saying about, you know, these kids, y'all better be happy they rapping. You critiquing these kids, but y'all better be happy they rapping and not robbing. Well, I don't think that needs to be the standard. They don't need to be robbing because it's not legal. You know what I mean? Like, you can get jammed up. Period. Like, that's the reality of the situation. And they also, like, just because they're rapping, let's make it clear. Let's not make it seem like rap only does a favor to the consumers. No, there's another side to this. As consumers, we do favors to rappers. We afford them the ability to put a living for their family on the table and stuff like that. Let's not make it like rappers are doing us a favor. I don't ever want to get to that spot. Yeah, we love y'all. We're fans of the music. But yo, let's not make it seem like y'all doing us just 100% a favor. And Jeezy kind of set it up like that, like, yo, he could be robbing. And he could be robbing. And he also could be locked up for it, for doing something illegal versus doing something legal. I didn't like how he made it seem like, yo, we can't be critiquing what these rappers say. No, I believe words have to mean something. And I wish they would have said this in the interview with him. No, words gotta mean something. You can't let a rapper get away with saying, gang, 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 I'm gonna shoot him in his face, I'm gonna make him die today. And these kids go repeat it, and they actually not only repeat the rap that the rapper not living, but they go out and do that. Like, you can't, nah, B. If we're gonna not hold rappers to a standard and the words don't mean anything, like, there is no rules to this, right? And Jeezy, salute to Jeezy, one of my favorites. I'm from the South. Jeezy, the reason why I respected you as an artist, because I felt your lyrics, right? When you was talking about some of the street stuff that I wasn't doing, I felt it. I felt what you were going through. I felt like, yo, go listen to some old Jeezy records. And I'm not just talking about Trap or Die. Like, there's records from Jeezy that you just feel it. And part of that is because we believe that you was really talking about stuff that you was living, all right? There still has to be a believability in rappers. That's why a lot of this music that's coming out today, we don't take it in the future. It's not lasting 5-10 years because we don't believe it. Now, we don't believe their story. So anyways, Jeezy did a Breakfast Club interview this morning, and he talked about the interview, and he spoke on it in a different light, and he explained why he was honestly just an a-hole to Everyday Struggle. And when he cut off academics in the video as well, all that, he was like, look, they have a platform, and I don't believe Everyday Struggle is using their platform the right way. All right. He was like, I wanted Joe to look at me in my eyes and realize you don't know me. He was like, I never really met Joe on any level like that before. And he was like, I wanted you guys to know that I heard what y'all said. I'm not a rapper. You can't critique me. I did stuff for the culture that you could never do. There's no hood that Jeezy can go in and they don't know who Jeezy is. And those are direct quotes from Jeezy. I'm not misquoting him. You can quote me on that. I'm quoting Jeezy directly. Those are direct quotes from young Jeezy. There was no paraphrasing, summarization, or any of that. Those were direct quotes from young Jeezy about his interview with Everyday Struggle. And he did that interview with the Breakfast Club, and it came out this morning. Again, I like when I do interviews. Black Youngster checked me. He was like, yo, I've been wanting to meet you for quite some time. I didn't believe some of the stuff you said. And, you know, as a person, you got to take that and you got to respond. But let's make that clear. I don't have the luxury of having artists go through security like a Complex or a Power 105. When I'm meeting artists, you know, for those who don't know, I shot that interview in a hotel, right? So when I'm meeting artists, I'm pulling up on them in their situation. So I should be the guy who doesn't keep the same energy when I meet these guys, right? But I tend to keep the same energy. Me and Youngster disagreed. That was my biggest interview in 2017. So I just point that out. Me and Webby, if you go back, look at that Webby interview, me and him disagreed on some stuff. Like, yo, it's who, you know what I mean? Like, it's who I am. If I said something, I owe you the right to bring it up in your face. And I don't understand why not keep the same energy. But I do understand the other side of Jeezy didn't really allow them to keep any energy because he didn't let them say anything. So talk to me in the comment box below. Jeezy said he doesn't believe everyday struggle is using their platform right, criticizing these kids. And I would love to know you guys' opinion. I got a platform and I tend to believe, yo, if you're in the game, you're a business, you may able to make 50, 60 grand in a couple hours. No, you deserve criticism. No business can do that without being critiqued. And we can't just hold these kids to a kid standpoint. When they're in the rap game, they're making real big people money. And if they're putting bad energy out in the atmosphere, I believe they should be able to be critiqued. Talk to me, comment box below. Subscribe to my channel for more exclusive content like this. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now you're turning up on itsmrtaliaferro.com, shawty.